Hi, my name is Chris Linville with ACA Express, and today I wanted to show you our life insurance final expense quoter that also has a underwriting matrix built in. So I'm really excited to show this to you because there's nothing else like it on the market. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're looking at on our screen is actually our GeekNotes CRM that the quoter is built into. Now this CRM is used by many agents to keep track of their clientele and figure out what's going on a daily basis with them. So right now it has the final expense quoter built into it, and it will soon also have Medicare and then also ACA plans in it as well. So let's go ahead and click quote to get started. And I will mention that this quoter is also included in our ACA Express platform. If you're already using that system, it's there as well. So here we go. We have I've clicked quote, and I can now enter some information to quote. Now, right here, you'll notice that we have a simplified version of quoting. Instead of date of birth, I can just put age in, gender, male, female, smoker, yes or no. And then I have the option also to quote by either monthly budget or coverage amount. So instead of just requiring you to enter the amount of coverage, we're actually going to give you the ability to do monthly budget as well. So let me go ahead and click monthly budget, and let's assume that our consumer that we're working with can afford $50 a month. So we'll go ahead and put that in, and you'll notice there's some things here that are very different than what you're used to seeing. First of all is the amount of information that you had to put into quote. You'll notice that there was a lack of rate class having to be entered before you could see plans. Now we thought that was very important because a lot of quoters out there expect you to put in standard, preferred, graded, or whatever it is prior to you seeing the plans. And the problem with that is that from plan to plan and different plan type or different plan carrier rather, rate classes are not standardized. So it doesn't make sense for me to necessarily quote, if I'm quoting and looking at rates for multiple plans, to put in standard when if I put in standard, I might miss another carrier's rates that I need to see because they're different when it comes to an underwriting stance and what my consumer can get approved for. So rather than make you do that and risk you missing plans that you need to see, we actually just changed it and made it a filter that is after you quote, you can actually change and uncheck some rate classes if you'd like, if you want to get them out of your way. So perhaps you just don't want to see graded plans at all. Okay, I can uncheck that and graded plans are gone, right? So that was one difference that we made, which we thought was very important. You can also see on each plan card things are quite a bit different. We thought giving you more information was important. So you asked for, in this case, to see plans for a monthly budget of $50, right? And so what we did was show you highlighted in each plan card, we showed you the closest thing to that monthly budget of $50. So in this case, for this top plan, AIG, the closest thing is a premium of $54.44 for a coverage amount of $10,000. Now, a lot of agents want to present 1, 2, or maybe 3 different options to a consumer when they buy. So typically what you have to do is you have to put in a particular amount, maybe a coverage amount of $10,000. You get one right, then you look at your pad of paper and you write that down. That's $10,000, $54. Then you look up 15, the next one higher, and okay, you write that rate down and maybe one lower or maybe another higher than that, right? And then you have everything you need. Well, we felt like that was a whole lot of extra work and kind of a pain for agents where we could just display all 3 rates, the closest to what you asked for and the high and the low for each plan, so it was right there in front of you. So that was very important and a big difference of what we did. You could always also click here with plan details if you want to see more details about any specific plan, including plan brochures if you ever want to do that. But what I want to do right now is show you this underwriting matrix that we're really excited to put in agents' hands. So let's go ahead and click it. Over here, we can see there it says apply underwriting. So I've already quoted and I've seen plans that are available just by age and gender and so on, right? Now, what about health? What about health reasons? Well, many times there's plans available, but what can Miss Jones be approved for? That's really important, right? It comes down to what can she afford and what can she actually be approved for. Well, underwriting can be a very, very confusing process, especially if you as an agent are trying to keep up with the underwriting rules and the guidelines for multiple different plans that are in your toolkit, right? Because you got to have different plans for different things because every one of them has a nuance within underwriting, and they're all different. So what we did was, instead of requiring an agent to either memorize all of that information, which can be very, very difficult and kind of zap your confidence level if you're not totally sure on things, or maybe roll in with a notebook that had underwriting guidelines for every different plan in there, and you've got to go over all of them in front of the consumer and try to get it all together. What we did was actually put it together in a technology form that allows it to simplify the process. So we've quoted this person. Let's go ahead and click Apply Underwriting and get started. So apply underwriting, let's pre-qualify for them and figure out what plans in our toolkit that they can actually get approved for. So I have some different options here. I have different sections. I have personal health, disease, and medications. And I can enter as little or as much information as I wish to do. So in this case, perhaps Miss Jones tells me that she is 5'6", and perhaps she is 130 pounds. And I can see that immediately changed things. And instead of 13 plans available, I have 10 now. She's never been hospitalized, has no drug abuse or alcohol abuse problems, has not been declined insurance, life insurance, and does not use oxygen at this time. Disease, she does have a few things going on, so let's click disease. And perhaps Miss Jones shared with me that she has had a heart attack, but it's been over 5 years. So we put that in there, and we can see that it didn't change anything with our underwriting. Perhaps she has asthma though, and that's been within the last 1 year. She has been dealing with asthma, and we can see, but that did change. So by adding that combination of things, we can see it went from 13 plans originally down to 7. And we can look here and see as well that perhaps she does have a little bit of liver disease as well, and it's been within the last 2 years. Now, with all of those things combined, we can see that I have one plan available for Miss Jones as well. Now, so I can see plans, and I can immediately see that out of what's in my toolkit, the right plan for Miss Jones that I can get her approved for, that is also within her budget, is a guaranteed issue plan. Now let's click back to underwriting because I want to show you a few different things. I'm going to take off the liver disease and assume that wasn't the case, so we can just keep looking. I took off the liver disease, and I can see here perhaps she has the heart attack over 5 years ago, does have asthma within the last year, takes a few medications too. So we can click medications, and we can see I can click here, and I can either type in a medication I want or scroll and choose which one it is. And perhaps Miss Jones here takes this particular drug, and she shared with me that she has taken it within the last 24, but it has not been within the last 18 months. So I'm going to choose within 24 months and add that there. And she also told me that sometimes her back hurts her, and she takes Vicodin for that. And that's been within 18 months. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And I can see that it didn't change any plans that were available to Miss Jones that were in my toolkit, right? So, however, I've gone through this, and I've quickly just entered the information needed. And then right here, we can click See Plans, and it's immediately going to tell me which plans are available to Miss Jones depending on her health conditions, right? Which can I actually get her approved for? I can see immediately right there on the screen. That's it. No more having to dig deep into underwriting rules and different questions for different plans. I can simply enter the information. It's going to cross-reference, matrix, all of the different plans in my plan kit and tell me what's available to Miss Jones. So we are really, really excited to be able to put this in the hands of agents. Now, one thing that I want to mention here is not only is it available to be used on a desktop computer or a laptop like I'm using right now, but it is also available, and it's fully mobile optimized if you're using it on your cell phone, a smartphone, such as an Android or an iPhone, or maybe you want to use it on an iPad, a tablet, or an Android tablet or something of that nature. It's fully optimized. So imagine sitting in front of Miss Jones and not only looking up plans and seeing exactly what's available to her, high, low, and all of that, but also being able to just click here and add things to the underwriting and then immediately see what is available. So That is our final expense quoter and underwriting matrix all bundled into one, and we're really, really excited to put it in the hands of agents, and we can't wait to get some feedback from you. Now, the particular demo that I used today did show it with 13 plans as options. We do have the ability to add it and customize it to where your quoter shows exactly what plans that you sell, because obviously that's the whole point, right? Is that it looks through everything and it does the matrix with what you sell in your toolkit. It's got to show the right things, so that's important. We do have the ability for you to be able to use this within our ACA Express platform, within Geek Notes if you want to be able to use that, which will soon also have Medicare available, full Medicare quoting available within it. Or if you're an organization and you want to actually white label it to where it all has your names and it's your product, we can do that as well. So a lot of different options here. If you'd like to get started using the product, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can either email us at sales@ACAExpress.com. Again, that's sales@ACAExpress.com. Or you can give us a call. We love hearing from agents at 888-668-3909. Again, that's 888-668-3909. Look forward to hearing from you. Hope you have a wonderful day.